Okay, we are back. What we're going to do is you can see I have the stencil down, and I think I have it lined up correctly. Kind of eyeballing it. I got it tacked down with some white tack, which is the strongest. Got a piece of blister foam. Got some game color dead. Well, I'm gonna do dead black first, or I mean not dead black. I guess it's what, chaos black or just black from Game Color. I put it on. Let's see if I can get all this set up here. Right here, I'm just gonna put it on a board, and then probably too much, but oh well. Let's get it onto the sponge and start sponging it on. And remember, we're going to have to wash this too, because I did lose some of the, when I was airbrushing, I lost some of the dark lines. Here, that's a little bit better. Have to put a little pressure on this side as we're working this, and just go up and straight down on it. We're going to use the stencil because it's not laying down perfectly flat, because we do have some of the raised edge here, and I didn't really want to cut it out, so when I lay down the next stencil on top of it, it won't be hard work. And we can just maybe just do this to give it a little. Trying to jab that in there. Okay, so what we got. We'll probably use this one again with the white. So we got those lines down, and then we could go in with our. This is going to be, I think I'm going to put the 08 in so you can read it when you're looking at it. And then we can do this. So we know this is this, there. You know what I'm going to do? I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So what we're going to do is, we know that we have to measure this out. And this is approximately 6 3/4, or no, let's say 6 3/4 inches. Or almost 7. So let's put it around 3.5 for the center, so we know right about there. So we're good. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we know it's going to be right around there. I think that's a good way to line it up. I think I'll do this. I think I'll put it right between those two lines. The numbers right there, I'll give it a little bit of symmetry. Oops. Back it up a little bit. Oops. Right there. And then we can wish we can break up this white now, because this is a smaller stencil and I'm banging it around so bad. Okay. This would probably be a longer video too. Oops, I just put that stencil in some of the paint. So let's see my hand over here knocking it off some of the paint, and then we're gonna just kind of work it in. We're gonna do a oil wash on this eventually. It might be after this point. I think after I redo the painting in the crater, like I said, I want to do some blast marks. Need more paint. Okay. we go. Just making sure it gets some of this, make sure it looks like an 8 or 0.8 when we take it off. So I might make it a little darker than it has to be. And we're gonna make this like chip paint like it's been old. That's where we're gonna make the offset of the white number on top of it. Okay. I don't want to smear the paint, so let's do that, and just lift it up. And it didn't work. Guess what? Because I didn't have a full thing down. Oh no. This just kind of sucks. I did not look. Okay, we'll be back. I'm going to fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I don't know how accurate this is going to be, but okay, I got another piece of sponge torn. And I got the white. I got some Game Color Dead White onto the little board. I switched it around so I have a dry piece of this scrap board that I do a lot of dry brushing off of. Oh, and okay, I offset this off by maybe 2 millimeters to the right and back. I've seen this done. I don't know where I saw this. Maybe it was on an aircraft carrier or something like that. I think it's going to make it a little more interest and a little bit of a interest to the runway itself. And then okay, I'm just going to get this all sponged and ready to go. Here we go. Well, this is going to be cool because the sponge is not filling in the cracks. Shit. Hold on, we'll be back. I found out I'm missing a spot. Sorry about that, right back. These things are clear, so they're hard to see. And finally, I got my painting glasses on, because I am going blind in my middle age. And we're going to make the white a little more aggressive than the black. I noticed we lost a little bit of sand, which is okay. We'll go fix that with a wash and a brush later. Okay. I'm gonna hit that with the air dryer. I'll be back and we'll show you. We'll keep going. Okay, we are back. I had to actually use and I just noticed here. Gotta fix these little things. There. Then we have a thing. Using the old white, it was impossible to line it up correctly because. Shoot, I'm making a mess here. I'll put that right over there. It was so the paint was on there, I could not line it up correctly. And this obviously this doesn't have to be perfect because this is a damaged runway, but we want it to pop. We want it to look old though too, so that's kind of weird, but pop and old at the same time. And I think we're gonna pull that off. And they don't have to be uniformly damaged. They can be, one could be less hit. Because you think probably when planes hit, there's probably a more of a sweet spot of the runway where the tires are hitting and destroying the paint and the pavement. And remember, this also got hit by a bomb. I remember it was burnt. offerings left by the abandoning imperial forces, as the narrative goes on this. Okay, pull that off. There. That is looking cool. Okay, and now we have to do an 8 the correct way. So do the same way, whether this is to the right and back a little bit. Wait, this way. It's so weird when I'm putting this tack down, it kind of wants to, it moves it for you a little bit. It's not like going straight down. I don't know why, but we'll see. Okay, let's get a little more white paint going. I'm excited about this, like a little kid. See how this turns out. Hopefully well. No reason why it shouldn't. Oops, just dropped a paint-filled thing on my pants. It hit the ground. So let's go for it. Really want to get this back side, or the back edge, nice and white. Need more paint. And here we go. Yes. I really want the 8 to stand out comparatively. There's a little bit of a some of these little edges too are hard to get to, so I put a little more pressure on them. Okay, ready for the big unveiling. There. Okay, that's gonna, oh, that looks so cool. So that's gonna be the front of the runway, or this is runway 08. Yeah, that's gonna look badass. So that'll be it for this part. I think, yeah, this is probably kept you long enough. I think it turned out really cool. And I will see you in the next part. Thank you. Okay, we are back. What I'm gonna do now is, I'm telling you, I don't like the crater. It's just too blah. Let me get this back in here correctly. Let's get that off there so nothing to focus on. I'm going in with the mid-tone bark from Minotaur. Put it on camera real quick. You can read that bark. It's a nice earthy, warm, earthy color. I don't know why they call it bark. It doesn't remind me of bark at all. Maybe redwood bark, something like that. So I'm mixing a little bit up with some little alcohol water mix and putting it in the Grex. And I don't remember what needle set up, but I think I have a 0.5. So this is throwing a lot of paint out. So I'm going to be careful so I don't screw up my previous work. But I really want to lighten this up a little bit. There we go. I don't want it white like the dry desert, because this is like freshly raised dirt. So there might be a little moisture in it. A little bit of black. And there, that's so far so good. A lot too much paint I'm using, so I'm going to spray that out. There we go. clean this out real quick. I'm right below the camera here. I really like this Grex brush. It is hard to get it to seize up on me. I had those other ones are so, I like the other brushes, but these are like tanks. I don't know. There's like the AK-47s are airbrushes. I don't know why. I put a lot of crap through these and they just keep going. I do keep these brushes extremely clean. If you ever watch some other videos, these guys have like caked on paint in their bowls, and I don't know how I couldn't. That would drive me nuts. So right now I did a little bit of thinning on the Raven Black. That's this one right here. I'm in a chair. Probably about 30% thin with the alcohol mixture. And if you have any questions, please don't feel free to ask anything about what I'm doing or mixes. And I see where I'm. You know, I don't know how. I'm trying to do a quick dagger stroke. I think that's where we're going right here. I'm feeling good with that. I think I pulled it off. What I'm looking for. And we have a little bit of scorches across the runways. Okay. That looks more like a crater now. Any comments or any suggestions? I really love them because I don't. My idea of what I did. I think when I first carved it with the spackling, it looked great, and then I decided to throw this on there. It looked like crumbled concrete and just disintegrated, like a bomb was what there. It just basically vaporized all this into little, nice little bite-sized morsels. And I think I came across. That's what I wanted right there. In my mind's eye, that looks like there's blast marks and it's caved in. And I'm very happy with that. Let's see a little bit of this. There we go. It's okay to have a little bit because there's, blast and there's like fresh, the lower parts of the dirt are probably a little bit moist and darker than what's been sun-baked up here. I'm digging that. It looks good. So let's blow out the airbrush, and we're done. So as usual, thank you for joining me. I think we're basically done with this. I'm still not done here. I don't know what to do with the stones. Kind of is a work in progress still. As you can see from the last part, the runway numbers and markings are done. And I think that just really, really pops really nicely.